Hello students, good morning. Now we are revising the topic and we have just started the revision of relation and functions. Actually both are same topic. Not relation is one, function is one, both are together, relation and functions. I have given some question for practice. Some of them ask me, sir, this was not solved, this I don't understand. So let us revise first those problems. One question was, prove that the relation of congruence modulo n is an equivalence relation over the set I of integers. It may be congruence modulo 5. Instead of n, it should be 5, it should be 3, it should be 9 or any digit. So, student, first see what is the meaning of congruence modulo. Congruence modulo, we represent this symbol of congruence and here we write modulo, so in short, modulo n. If a and b are two integers, then a congruence b modulo n means a minus b is divisible by n. This is meaning of congruence modulo. So we prove that it is an equivalence relation. So for proving equivalence relation, we prove every property point-wise. The first property was reflexive. As we know, 0 is an integer and 0 is divisible by any integer. So since 0 is divisible by n, 0, you know, 0 is equal to difference of two similar numbers. So a minus a for all a belongs to I. A minus a is divisible by n for all n belongs to I. See, a minus b is divisible by n means a related to b, that is a congruence b modulo n. According to this, it should be a congruence a modulo n, means a minus a is divisible by n. So a is related to a, therefore a is related to a, which means it holds reflexivity. So reflexivity holds. Next property, that is symmetry. The second one was symmetry. Let a related to b for all a b belongs to I. A related to b means a congruence b mod n according to our question. A minus b mod n means a minus b is divisible by n. A minus b, since any number is divisible by n, then its negative is also divisible by n. Means minus a minus b is divisible by n. A minus b is divisible by n. It means its negative is also divisible by n. So minus a minus b is also divisible by n. Minus a by minus b means b minus a is divisible by n. b minus a is divisible by n. b minus a is value of minus a plus b. b minus a is divisible by n means b congruence a mod n according to given relation. b minus a is divisible by n means b congruence a mod n. It means b is related to a. So a is related to b implies b is related to a. Therefore symmetry holds. It holds property of symmetry. And the third point was transitivity. Transitivity. We consider two elements. So let a is related to b and b is related to c for all a, b, c belongs to integer I. So a related to b, it means a congruence b modulo n and b congruence to c modulo n. Sorry, b. So a congruence b mod n means a minus b is divisible by n. A minus b is divisible by n and b minus c is also divisible by n. b minus c is divisible by n. Now a minus b divisible by n, b minus c divisible by n. So their sum means a minus b plus b minus c is also divisible by n. Divisible by n. A minus b is divisible by n. b minus c is divisible by n. So their sum a minus b plus b minus c is also divisible by n. Now add them. So after addition b and b should be cancelled. How much left? A minus c. A minus c is divisible by n. A minus c is divisible by n means a congruence c mod n. A congruence B mod N means A is related to C. So what we have seen, A is related to B, B is related to C, and what we get? We conclude that A related to C. So it proves transitivity, means transitive, it is transitive. So this given relation is reflexive, symmetry as well as transitive. Therefore congruence modulo N is an equivalence relation. This is meaning of congruence modulo. I again repeat, children, instead of n it should be 2, 3 or any digit. One question I have given, that if R1 and R2 and R2 are two equivalence relations, on set A, then prove that R1 intersection R2 is also an equivalence relation. If R1 and R2 are two equivalence relation, see children, first R1 is also a relation, means R1, what is given? R1 is a equivalence relation, so R1 must be subset of A cross A, and R2 also subset of A cross A. So it means R1 intersection R2 is also subset of A cross A. It means R1 intersection R2 is a relation. Therefore R1 intersection R2 is a relation. So now we have to prove that it is an equivalence relation. So first see reflexivity. Reflexivity. Since R1 is given equivalence relation, so R1 is reflexive. And so is R2, because R2 is also equivalence relation, so R2 is reflexive. R1 is reflexive, it means according to definition AA belongs to R1 and also AA belongs to R2. For all A belongs to A. So A is member of set R1, A is member of set R2, so A is common member between R1 and R2, so A belongs to R1 intersection R2, so it is reflexive. So it is reflexive. See the second point, symmetry. See the second point, symmetry. Let AB belongs to R1 intersection R2 for all A, B belongs to set A. AB belongs to R1 intersection R2. So AB will be common element of R1 and R2. Therefore, AB belongs to R1 and AB belongs to R2. Since R1 and R2 are equivalence relations, so R1 is reflexive and R2 is reflexive. R1 is symmetry and R2 is symmetry. So BA belongs to R1 and BA also belongs to R2 because R1 and R2 are symmetry. Therefore, BA belongs to R1 intersection R2. You want, if you wish, you may write here, since R1 and R2 are symmetry. R1 and R2 are symmetry. So what you have seen that AB belongs to R1 intersection R2, and we conclude that BA also belongs to R1 intersection R2. Therefore, R1 intersection R2 is symmetry. Now come to the third point, that is transitive. Your third point is transitive. Transitive. Let AB and BC are two elements belongs to R1 intersection R2. Therefore, AB and BC belongs to R1 and intersection R2 means R1 and R2 both. So AB BC belongs to R1 and AB BC belongs to R2. Since R1 and R2 are two equivalence relations, so AC belongs to R1 as well as AC belongs to R2. AC belongs to R1 and AC belongs to R2 because R1 and R2 are transitive, because R1 and R2 are equivalence relation. So AC belongs to R1, AC belongs to R2, therefore AC belongs to R1 intersection R2. So what we have seen? We have seen that BC belongs to R1 intersection R2. So AC belongs to R1 intersection R2. Therefore, or you first write here, therefore AB belongs to R1 intersection R2, AC belongs to R1 intersection R2. This implies AC belongs to R1 intersection R2. AC belongs to R1 intersection R2. So we may write that R1 intersection R2 is transitive. R1 intersection R2 is transitive. So what we have seen, that R1 intersection R2 is reflexive, symmetry as well as transitive. Therefore R1 intersection R2 is an equivalence relation. So children, after this class I will give you some more problems from a relation and function both. You must solve the questions and submit it on the same day. Then we will discuss it into next class. Thank you.